Hello, hello, and welcome, my Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your work, career, vocation read for December 2020 and January 2021. Oh my goodness gracious, we've made it at least to December. Hey, my Virgos. Oh, to be here. I am your reader, Markangela Lyons, Mel for short, professional wish, professional creative, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, Virgo Sun conjunct Jupiter. Are you shocked? Don't be. The Archangel of Lions, Markangela Lyons, but you can call me Mal. Hi. Do you like? I changed things up a little bit. I moved the camera to a different room. I'm in my living room. I just needed to change things up. That dark moon and Scorpio into Sagittarius was a bit much. Right then it went void, of course. Right at the moment it went new with an eclipse. I was like, oh yeah, we're doing something different today. So here we are. If you are new to my channel and you like what you see, if you like what you see, said the Virgo. If you like what hits the table, if you like how I work, just hit the thumbs up button, right? Something clicks for you. Oh, that was good. Click, give me the thumbs up on that. Helps other people see the work, Virgo, that I am. That's important. You know what I mean, right? It's like, this is my service. Help me get it out there. You want more of me? Subscribe. You want to know when I'm posting? Hit the notification bell and feel free to comment, because I actually read the comments and I reply to most of them. Some of them just slip through the cracks, they just do. Anyway, that being said, let's get into this reading. This is a work, career, vocation read. I started doing these when I learned about the 3 levels of power from Carolyn Myss. There's a link in the description box if you want some of her basic stuff on that. We are using her archetype deck here. But particularly when I started Drawing the Circle Productions in 1998, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, I started really looking at work, career, and vocation as 3 levels of power. Work, what I do to survive. Career, my internal hunger, passion, thirst, right? And vocation, my calling, and then align them with chakras. Lower 3 chakras. Work, how you survive in the world. Your physical survival intuition, right? Turn left, turn right, do this, don't do that, right? Heart, third eye crown, the personal level of power, your career. I love what I do, but I don't get paid for my work. My work, as I do as a president and a producer, it's like I don't get paid a cent for that. That's all set up, right? It's all the business side of it. I make my money through my career as a reader, as a teacher, as a speaker, as a healer, right? A spiritual counselor. So that's my career. My vocation is as a mystic, 8th chakra, right? So you got like physical power, mental, emotional power, spiritual power. You with me? We're going to look at this. If you can get them all in alignment, that's rock and roll. If you can't, that's okay too. It's just another part of the spiritual path. What, you think we don't learn from our work, career, and vocation? Of course we do. It's an opportunity for us to gradually become the best that we can be, alchemizing lead to gold within our own energy system. And look at that ray of light just coming in. It's like Madonna just went, oh, a ray of light. So let's get up in this, right? It's a general read. Take what leaves, what doesn't. We're only doing 9 cards, 3 of these to show the soul powers and the 3 levels. We're going to do 3 of these, Daughters of the Moon, how your experience of it is it behind your eyes, and then 3 of these, what's going on in the outside world, so you have a physical touchstone, though it could also be how your feminine energy, your yin, is manifesting out in the world, yang, right? So let's get up in this gig. Focus on your breath. Stay in the present moment, right? Stay grounded, both feet on the floor. This is work, career, vocation, right? This ain't a relationship read. I don't care if every true love card comes up and it's love for your work, career, and vocation. Virgo, cross your legs. Let's do this. All the links are in there. All the cards that I read are in the description box. I think I said that already. Otherwise, all that exposition, it's just necessary to give good service, to let people know what you're about to do. Just don't drop them down in it, right? I love being a Virgo, don't you? Breathe. Because here we go. Oh, my collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved, please, using the Caroline Myss archetype deck, please give me 3 cards, the 3 dominant archetypes active. In the Virgo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video in their work, career, and vocation. 3 levels of power. Let's start with work. Face down, all 3. We'll turn them all over at once, please. Their work. Virgo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, December, January, work. Lower 3 chakras, survival stuff, right? Putting food on the table, money in the bank. Career, heart, throat, third eye, and crown. This feels really Nice. This heart, throat, third eye crown, this passion, this hunger, this thirst, the career, so psychologically satisfying. Sturdy but sweet. That's interesting. I know a couple of guys like that. And vocation, please. What's going on in that 8th chakra? The dominant soul power for the Virgo collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs. This is almost getting trance-like. December, January 2020 into 2021. They're on the table. Soul powers, lead and gold, shadow and light, alchemy, however you want to look at it. This is what you're developing in terms of life purpose in your work, career, and vocation. And what? Oh, I am so happy the camera just glitched and it allowed me to resume. Sometimes it doesn't and I have to start over. And you know what that does to a Virgo? Might as well fold a roadmap incorrectly. We just twitch and pass out, but I caught it, all right? Because these are so good. It would have sucked to have had to reshuffle. You've got the detective, the rebel, and the lover. Work, career, vocation. This is so Virgo, I want to scream. Okay, so let's start with this one. This is, again, lower 3 chakras. Your work in the world, right? Now that might not, like I said, always make you money, particularly something like the detective, unless you're working as a detective, and Virgos make good detectives. We don't miss detail. But let's look at the shadow. Voyeurism, falsifying information. Now, oh, I just did the Leo reading earlier today, and they got it in the same position. So if you have any Leo placements and you haven't checked it out, you might want to have a look-see-dooksy. Voyeurism, falsifying information, right? So not just, it's Gladys Kravitz. That's like the best example, right? If it's non-professional, right? Nah. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I am so sorry. Someone just ask somebody, who's Gladys Kravitz? That's a millennial or older. They'll know exactly where to point you. The light attribute. Great powers of observation and intuition, desire to seek out the truth. Virgo, 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 right? So this is very us. Very us, and I'm a really good detective. My parents couldn't hide anything in the house. My sense of intuition, oh, I found stuff they did not want me to find, but I wanted to, and I did. And they never knew. Cross your legs, Virgo. Tiptoe, get done what you got to get done. Loving that. In your career, you've got the rebel. I may have a smidge of the rebel in my archetypal chemistry, possibly, but particularly in my career. Yes, I absolutely do. Now, the shadow and the light here, remember, this is your passion, right? So think, okay, the detective is wisdom family. The rebel is action family, okay? So cool. But the shadow attribute rejects legitimate authority out of anger. Well, that's planet Earth right now, right? Rebels out of peer pressure or fashion, which always makes me think of what happened. Well, punk is still punk, but then came the new, I almost said the new age, the new wave. No, they didn't exactly coincide, not everywhere at once. We had the new wave and then the new age came in after the new wave, right? So that's like, oh, I'm a rebel. It's like, no, you're not. The light attribute. Until you've woken up in your own vomit, telling you know I'm a rebel in my book. Light attributes. Challenges authority to affect social change. So if there's any kind of social change in your game, right? Like I'm a first waver. I'm the divine empath, one of the divine empaths. We clean up the energy field. We do that internal yin stuff. Social justice is definitely divine masculine second wave. Look it up. I'm not going into it right now, but certainly on planet Earth right now, I could feel anyone, particularly a Virgo, wanting to serve and have that sense of challenging authority to affect social change, just everywhere as well. Reject spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. Now, I can totally relate to this because even my process on YouTube seems to be so highly unique and individual. Well, everybody's highly unique and individual, but how like people are cranking out readings and cranking out readings. I'm like, they put out all 12 signs in one day. I'm like, I'm a Virgo. I'm doing detail. I'm giving you due diligence. I'm praying and meditating because you know what? I live alone and I'm in lockdown still. I'm seeing my parents next week. We're all on lockdown so we can see each other for the holidays quickly. Social distance with ionizers and, you know, the whole 9 yards. My parents are in their 70s and their 80s. It's understandable. So that rebel, so even there, that rebel, it's like, we'll find a fucking way to do it. Find a way to do it. But there's something really here about you following your path and your heart's desires here that other people may not get, right? And you just have to do your thing to honor. I love that. Challenges authority to affect social change, but I think this is the part that really hits the majority of us Virgos. Rejects spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs, because we're looking at the career, your inner needs. So, oh, go get a real job. Oh, I heard that. Now I'm the president of my own company, YouTuber. I did not know the YouTuber thing was going to happen. Got the lover archetype in the 8th chakra. This is about true love, divine love, but not necessarily in the romantic sense here at all. And we'll get into this in a moment, but know that this is a very tempting archetype to have in the 8th chakra, because yes, it's the love of God, but there is a phase where the divine seduces you. You might be going into divine seduction. I was seduced by the divine when I was 17, 18 years old. Wait till that book comes out. I was in Boston in the 80s. Yeah, it was a very intense time. Everyone I read in the club kept getting the devil card over and over and over. I wonder why, right? I was really drawn through the underworld by the love of the divine, very seduced. So the shadow attribute of the lover, you know this, obsessive passion that harms others, self-destructive devotion. Now, if that is in terms of your vocation, yes, there is great love, there is great passion there is probably a rapturous love, right? To experience the love of the divine as both noun and verb. That's the simplest that I can put some of the biggest, deepest mystical experiences that I've had. And that, just play with that in your head. The love of God, or divine love, whatever you want to call it, as noun and verb. Really, because the love of the divine that you give as verb, right? It's like, I love the divine and I receive the love of the divine simultaneously, right? So that can become obsessive. Be careful with it, that you make sure you have people around you to be like, honey, no, you're not shaving your head and dyeing it purple, although you can get overtoned purple for brown. Because it's just a condition. They're not my sponsors. Nobody sponsors me. I sponsor me. The light attribute of the lover, which is really great. I think this is where it all plugs in for us. Great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation to someone or something in terms of our vocation, our spiritual calling. And of course, our spiritual calling is unique and individual and rebellious to an extent. Virgo is sand, mutable earth. Every Virgo is different from every other Virgo, like supposedly every grain of sand is different. As a Virgo, I want to see the receipts on that. How do you know? How do you know? You love being a Virgo, don't you? Let's see what this looks like on the inside. Daughters of the Moon Tarot, the yin, the goddess force, the yin force, whatever you want to call it. I just call them the goddesses because that's how I roll. Breathe. Oh, my beloved goddesses of Earth in the sign of Virgo. I'm really thrilled for this reading, and I do feel plugged into this. I don't get the detective part of it, but I guess we will eventually. Please, 3 cards in clarity. What's going on inside the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in their personal experience of their work, career, and vocation, December 2020 and January 2021. Please, I've got we. Okay, I'll say we. We've got the detective in our work. Clarify that on the inner. Got the rebel in our career, right? Heart, throat, third eye, crown. And the lover in the 8th chakra, our vocation, our calling. Felt nice. Getting cool reflections and shadows behind me. That's light bouncing off. Oh, that's funny. That's light coming through the tree, bouncing off my large screen TV and hitting my wall. Virgo. Okay, what's going on inside? Oh my God. Okay. All right. I don't think this is hyperbole. I think this is a very intense read. It's all water. Inside with the detective. Oh, honey, we got options. 7 of Cups here, often called jealousy, and that is something to keep an eye on. Jealousy, there's nothing wrong with it if you understand what it is. Now, there's a great book by Matt Kahn. I know I talk about him a lot. I'm very pro-Kahn, Matt. Chaka, Madeline Kahn. I'm down with all of them. End up with all of them at the same time. But he says that jealousy is like a form of intuition telling you that what you want is coming. But there's this angry child inside of you like, what the fuck is it my turn? And that child needs to be heard and loved in order for this to come in. I'm just saying, you don't believe me? Go read. Is it in Everything is Here to Help You, I think, or whatever arises, love that, or The Universe Always Has a Plan, because those are his three books that he had published. Go check it out. But with the detective, this is almost like saying inside of you, you have these feelings that you need to kind of what? Seek out the truth, great powers of observation and intuition. So your intuition, not so much that it might be cloudy. Well, actually, it might be cloudy. It might, intuition and emotion. Oh, this is perfect. Thank you. All right. Lower three chakras, right? Root, sacrum, solar plexus. This is a heart chakra vibe. So there's emotions, heart, throat, third eye, crown energy. You'll see that when we get there. That is occluding, or maybe you're not seeing all of your options here. There might be something, I got it, that your gut, your survival intuition, something's off here and it doesn't make sense, right? And there might be some jealousy or some kind of turbulent, iffy emotion there. So the detective archetype is what you need to do to really use your great powers of observation, or at least you're developing them here, and really tap into your desire to seek truth. That makes a lot of sense, because here we got the rebel with the moon. Inside is a part of mystery, right? Like the word occluded. I like that word. My mother's a teacher. She always told me to go look it up. She kind of regrets that now. She doesn't. The moon, right? There are certain times when the moon shines at the seaside and the path is revealed, but most of the time it's not, right? You have to feel your way through. It's definitely an intuitive card. And with this rebel energy here, this might be you really having to trust your path here, because it's not, it's not crystal clear. And that's why even your intuition might be a little thrown by some options and some jealousy and some fantasies, right? So that totally makes sense. If this is going on heart, throat, third eye, and crown, why wouldn't the root, sacrum, and solar plexus have that? So really finding your way through. Now, my sense is that you're not doing anything wrong here. This is a major arcana card. This is the gods at play. This is something saying you're not supposed to know, but you know something's off. You can feel something's off in your lower three chakras. That's not fear, that's intuition, and that's not envy, the deadly sin of the third eye. Read Defy Gravity by Carolyn Myss. We're looking at a jealousy. It's probably that solar plexus. Oh, fuck, is it my turn? Right? That's that you need to calm your tits on that one a little bit, because with this lover cards, you got the Two of Cups. You got the Two of Cups, so there is love. I mean, this is love between you and your higher self. Is this the romantic thing that could come through your work, career, vocation? Sure, maybe, I guess. We still have 3 more cards to the table. We'll see what this looks like on the outside with the Mythic Tarot. But this is the whirlpool. 2 cups in a whirlpool that are as far away as they can be while being slowly drawn together in a very cyclic, circuitous, until they whoop, boop, like that. This feels very much about you got it. You walking an heart-centered path in your work, career, and vocation in a time, and with 2021 coming, where we need that more than anything, where you are really following your heart. It's like the other, like your personality is one cup, Mark Angelo Lyons. The higher self is the other cup, and there is this dance going on, and it's deeper and deeper, so that the personality can be integrated into the higher self. The path of the soul, the hero's journey, whatever you want to call it, your calling about manifesting love, and you have great passion. Now look, this can absolutely line up. Again, we got 3 more cards down, but like really coming into alignment with divine love here. I mean, come on, the 2 of Cups, which might mean like where it is for these 2 months, December, January, it's a 2, it's an attraction, it's a seduction. Like I said, I think we're being seduced by the divine, and honestly, I'm up for it. I'm like, okay, but you have to deal with the mystery of it, right? 8th chakra, different form of communication. If you're looking for words, this is third eye. See, so it's going to download into that rebel, and it's cloudy, right? It's cloudy on the, I don't know what this is, but I kind of like it. Like even when I shuffled the rebel card, I was like, oh, this feels really, what did I say? Like sweet and solid or something like that. But you know, in the physical world, it's like, what the fuck is it? What the fuck is it? And you're being a little bit of a Nancy Drew, a little bit of a Hardy boy there. Gender, choose it how you like. Kind of following your intuition through. This is fun. Oh my god, this is such a great read. Yay! Even though she got snakies on her arms. I don't like snakes. I'm Lyrian. I don't like snakes. Breathe. Some of you just went, did he just say what I think he just said? Are you shocked? Of course not. Breathe. Ooh, I'm excited for this. Sent it chill down and then back up my spine. Please, my gods of earth and the sign of Virgo, Dionysus in particular. I should have figured you had a hand in this with the lover rebel detective, the detective rebel lover. Please, 3 cards in clarity. My beloved. For the Virgo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in their work, career, vocation. December 2020. And January 2021, please. In there are work. We've got the detective 7 cups in our work, lower 3 chakras. What does that look like in the divine masculine on the outside? Shh, it's the high priestess. So not only do you have the moon, a card of secrets and mysteries, you've got hidden knowledge here. Now that's the thing, if that represents us. Right? Come on, she's the virgin of the tarot, right? The high priestess. This is Persephone abducted, right? In the underworld, maiden of spring, crowned. I don't know if you can see, crowned. So this is her. It really is the secret initiation of something. I can't say that on camera. I can't say that on camera, but that's very funny. Look, your inner world is way more important than your outer world in your outer world right now. This is really about you following your intuition. It doesn't mean that action isn't necessary, but the detective archetype is a wisdom family archetype. The action seems to be coming in your heart, throat, third eye, and crown with this rebel, but we'll get there in a moment. Look, this 7 of cups, of course you're not going to let on if you're feeling jealous. And again, this is minor arcana. I'm not getting this is a great big huge thing, but I feel like you've been following your path intuitively, like following the clues in your work, trying to do the best you can as a Virgo, picking up details as you go. But you also have a lot of options, and there's a lot that's not clear to you. So even with the high priestess, it says from the outside looking in, you might be being used in the physical world as a high priest or high priestess, which is a vessel through which the divine works. Now that's true of all of us, but this might be hidden unto you. Now, I was a high priest for decades of a coven. I know that role, and it's not like you just stopped doing that one day. No, I'm no longer coven affiliated. Where's some wood to knock? Thank you very much. Done with that. I'm not tribal. I'm just not. I don't want to be anybody's leader. I'll be your teacher, your reader, your healer, but not your leader. Screw that. I'll lead by example. Thank you very much. But that channel, that vessel, and you know, if you study the Kabbalah, she's literally the middle pillar, right? So you might be unaware, but your intuition is really high. Go with it. My gods, please clarify the rebel archetype in the career, heart, throat, third eye, crown, with the card of the moon. Yamaya, please, what does this look like on the outside, December and January? Oh, fuck the tower. So look, in the midnight hour, just cry more, because it's gonna be a rebel yell, honey. This is something that on the inner you sense is coming, and on the outer, boom. Things change instantly in your career. Now, like I said, I do not get a bad feeling about this. However, the abruptness of this You feel it, but you don't see it coming. Now, why would that rebel be there, right? Because you have made some kind of action in your career, heart, third eye, and crown. And remember, some people never get paid for the career they work, right? And then at home, they do whatever they do, or, you know, like, I don't know, activities that are hobbies, but that really feed them internally, right? Or prayer and meditation. It can totally be a spiritual archetype too. But this is something really active here, that all at once. And remember, the tower is neutral. It's going to play itself out differently. But you've got 3 major arcana cards on the table. And then we look at when there's a predominance of major arcana in this particular spread, then obviously it's pointing more towards the vocation. That seems to be indicated here. So let's just go there, shall we? Let's just have a little look-see-dook-see. Breathe, please. My gods, the Yang Force, Dionysus, please. That lover archetype with the 2 of Cups. Oh, I could feel that all day long, and I'm just catching a whiff. Please, what does this look like on the outside in our vocation? December 2020. We got the 2 of Pentacles in January 2021. We've got the 2 of Pentacles here. So this 2 of Cups on the inner and the 2 of Pentacles on the outer, we're just learning how to come into balance with this, right? Like this lover. And I don't think it's finding the balance between the shadow and the light. I think that this love is so seductive in terms of your calling. Now, again, mine is as a mystic. It's a little hard for me to reframe that outside of the mystical. That is the mystical chakra, right? The 8th chakra, the seat of the soul, right? All that stuff that's up here. Apparently, the last chakra where we have the human identity, everything above that, we are named differently and all that. Okay, whatever. We'll see when we get there. I don't care. I'm Archangel Lyons Mel for sure, but that's right? But you put these together, and there I get what the tower moment is and why you are being balanced and seduced and balanced by this lover archetype, your love of the divine, noun and verb, right? Let me put it together for you in a blessing, because this is really what I'm good at, apparently. Breathe. May the Virgo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sun, blessed with all that they need in their work, career, vocation, December 2020 and January 2021, that they may have this amazing passion and devotion for the divine within them, their vocation, their spiritual path, unbridled appreciation of someone or something, perhaps the divine itself, as they are drawn into the whirlpool of their own higher self, that bringing together, unifying, balancing them physically, and stabilizing them for the work ahead, particularly in their career, as that love comes down into the crown, the 3rd eye, the throat and the heart, that though they can feel it, may they be truly prepared for the lightning strike of the tower that comes in their career, that electrifies things, that allows them a bit more insight to play their cards right as the detective, using their great powers of observation and intuition and a desire to seek the truth, which feels like it's hitting right here, but in a way that illuminates their options and shows them that their jealousies, maybe those that they're picking up of others, regardless, when they have that feeling that they know this is something I really want, this is something that's coming for me that I do not see because it's so occluded, but I can feel it, I can feel it. So they may watch the signs as they come and play their role as the detective rebel lover for their well-being in their work, career, vocation, and for the well-being of all in service to the divine plan. Ooh, so more to be. And so it is. That was hot. Oh my God, what a great fucking read. Oh my Virgos, look, if you liked it, Thumbs up. Nothing not to like here. Nothing not to like here. Thumbs up. You guys are usually my like every other channel that does readings on YouTube. It's all Virgos that are the highest numbers. You guys are always getting the bonus reads. Maybe I should start doing that. I don't know. Comment if you think I should. I've toyed with the idea of having a Virgos only channel, but you know, I'm more inclusive than that, I guess, right? Ever zombie and witch. So if you want more, subscribe. You want more of me, subscribe. If you want to know when I'm posting, hit that notification bell, and again, comment as you like. And if you want to book a reading with me, it's really easy. Find me on Facebook. We can do it all on Facebook Messenger, the scheduling, the payment, and the video call right then and there. Thank you so much for watching, my beloved Virgo family, Virgo power. Wishing you the best and the very blessed on your work, career, vocation path, December 2020 and January 2021. Hail. Farewell. Blessed, blessed be.